The other useful framework that complements the apprenticeship stage, or this conversation broadly, is this. Introduced by our colleague Ivan Landsberg, published in the Harvard Business Review some years ago, this 4 tests of a print article or depiction is invaluable. What I mean by that is that if there is tension in this system, inevitably, what I would like you to go and start to think about, what are the tools that successful family businesses have used to navigate this landscape. This one, I would suggest, is possibly one of the tools that will help you have difficult conversations. The 4 tests that Ivan talks about are the qualifying test, the self-imposed test, the circumstantial test, and the political test. And what he suggests, and what we find that successful business-owning families do, is that they use this as a diagnostic and suggest if there is somebody that's coming down that route between learning business, learning our family, coming over into this leadership role, for example, how would an independent, objective evaluator look at this particular person along those 4 tests? Are they qualified? Yes. What indications are there that this independent, objective observer would actually answer that question, are they qualified, in a positive way? What additional, being qualified is necessary but not sufficient. So on top of that, what have they done? What have they self-imposed upon themselves in addition to the qualifications that I see? Proves to me, demonstrates to me that they are better prepared than somebody else who's been considered for this position. Self-imposed test. Maybe it's that they had an undergraduate degree in marketing. They complemented that with a graduate degree in finance. That makes sense to me. They self-imposed something that wasn't comfortable for them. They've sat on industry boards in their spare time. Indications like that. I'm not being prescriptive. I am just suggesting to you that what are the indications that an objective, independent observer, potentially someone on the board, will look at when evaluating the appropriateness of this person for a leadership role. What about circumstantial tests? What are the circumstances against the run of play that this individual / candidate / family member has done that demonstrates to the independent objective observer that this person has the mettle to stand up when needed? When there was a division that was tanking, did this person step aside and say, oh no, well that's okay, let it die? Or did they turn around and say, I've got this, let me go and do what it takes to make sure I can turn this around? What are the circumstances against the run of play that are indicators? And finally, the political test. As you can probably appreciate, in the centre of those 3 circles, that role where you're both a family member, a member of a management team, and also an owner, it's potentially politically charged. I'm talking about you need to be a politician, a diplomat, to understand the different demands from a diverse ownership group, from family members who are not as connected to the first generation as you are, who see their roles differently, and also for those who are involved in the business versus those who are not involved in the business. So does this person have the skills that would say to that independent, objective observer that they have what it takes to lead this business and to lead this family. So loop it back there for a moment and start to think about those 4 L's complemented by those 4 roles, those 4 R's, and the roles, the requirements, responsibilities, and remuneration for being an owner, a director, an executive, and a family member. And then further complement that with this 4 tests diagnostic. Are they qualified? Yes. Is there something there that indicates to me that they've gone above and beyond, that they've self-imposed upon themselves something that will better prepare them for this role? Yes? No? Are there circumstances that indicate to me that they are better prepared than somebody else against the run of the play? What have they done? Did they disappear on a scheduled holiday? Or do they cancel the holiday and say, I need to be there? We have a disaster, we have a situation where really I need to be there. And are they savvy, politically savvy, to understand the different dimensions and dynamics and demands of different individuals within the system? Yes or no? So you start to think about how a diagnostic, or those 3 frameworks taken together, can really better understand your situation, but also the family business landscape writ large.